Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm the Game Bastard Kyle.
Todd.
Corey.
Austin.
We are playing Deadlands again. This is going to be the ultimate or penultimate episode. Depends on what happens. Maybe they'll wander through the desert again for 40 minutes. Corey, who are you playing?
Fucking Colostomy Dave. I'm fucking tired of it. People in, like, my life are walking up to me, hey, Colostomy Dave. I'm not fucking, I can't escape him.
Listen, you laughed the first time I did that.
Yeah.
People in my life.
You're not in my life, Austin.
I'm not.
Todd?
Crackity Jones.
All right, with the Gene Genie.
People keep throwing potatoes at Todd.
Austin?
I'm Vince Kellogg, otherwise known as Vince Kill.
And you are all Idaho Rangers.
Yep.
On your way to a quote-unquote shut-down mine to investigate it for various crimes. And if you're just listening to Bastard Quest for the first time in your life, rewind about 5 or 6 episodes to just pick up at Deadlands where it starts. Otherwise, this will make no sense, but it should still be funny.
Or the other option, read a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking Bible.
The three of you are lying on your bellies at the top of a hill, looking over the wilderness in the middle of nowhere, Idaho. In the distance, you hear a train whistle.
Well, Dave's lying on his side. He don't want to
Sure, yeah.
pinch off the tube.
No, yeah, I mean, he's got to do what Colostomy Dave's got to do. But before you, there's a raging river. There's a rail trestle bridge runs across it, and that runs straight into a mountain with a large open tunnel.
Oh, good.
No, the trains they just hit the mountain, they fall in the river. Government subsidies. But no, in the mine, this is obviously the Donovan mine that's been shut down. There's obviously a lot of activity going in. You just saw a train go in not 20 minutes ago, and another one is coming from the west, though it's still some distance away. On your side of the river, where you guys are, there's like an inspection station, various outbuildings where the trains stop before they go across. And coming up from the mountain itself are smokestacks and various kinds of industrial pollution coming out from somewhere. So this mine, if it's shut down, wow, it must be some sort of cleanup project, probably, like a Superfund site. That's probably what it is. It's probably a Superfund. Probably government is shutting this down. That's probably what it is. Donovan was probably being completely legitimate. You guys should just leave.
Cool.
Hey, guys, that train disappeared into the side of that mountain. Reminds me of a time my daddy took me to a magic show, and there was this magician. He pulled a rabbit out of a cowboy hat, and I was like, oh my God, he must be a hair demon. So I punched him in the face and ate that rabbit to consume the evil and make the world a safer place.
Well, guys, here's another train coming. I think we could sneak aboard this train when it stops to get inspected and maybe make our way inside the mine.
Or we could blow up the bridge.
I mean,
That's a Western thing.
it is.
Yeah.
We absolutely should as like a escape route.
Hold on, do we get on the train before or after we blow up the bridge?
And there's an important order of operations to that. So yeah, the train is fast approaching from the west, though it is beginning to slow as it comes to the inspection station. And you can see a couple of guys at the inspection station walking around. There's some small buildings there. One guy comes out and is taking a piss over the cliff down to the river below.
Guys, you know what? We're Idaho Marshals. We can just walk down there and start talking to them fellas, show them our badges, and tell them we're here just to do a safety inspection. They'll probably let us right in.
Well, one thing we could do is kill them and disguise ourselves as inspectors. And then if they've got horses, we could disguise our horses as inspector horses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all we got to do is kill 3 men and 3 horses.
Does it then look weird if the
Easy
inspectors
peasy.
go down into the mine?
You definitely don't want the horses to give you away. Those enemy horses. Like one's raising a hoof pointing at you.
Richter already stiffens and points like a hunting dog whenever he sees an apple.
Just okay, hotshot, tap twice if they're imposters. All right, what's your plan? I mean, you don't have to get on the train. You could, wait for the cover of darkness, climb across the rail bridge.
Yeah, I vote for like sneaking aboard the train. I was thinking like hiding up underneath the train cars, and
Or we could get in the train.
Yeah.
Tad safer.
I mean, whichever one won't be visually obvious. Yeah.
I mean, is there a good reason for us to wait till dark? Or, I mean, it's always dark inside of a mountain.
That is true.
Yeah.
Or we could hop on the train, ride into the mountain, wait till night when we get inside
Yeah.
to when it's like double
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, let's go as deep as we can into this haunted ass mine and then wait for nightfall.
It's a game. We're fine in real life.
Says you every time I suggest we split up.
I give a fuck if Colostomy Dave dies.
We all do.
Be a fucking mercy.
Colostomy Dave dies. Corey downs the rest of his coffee, slams the cup down, goes outside for a cig. See you fuckers next week.
So I imagine there is probably like a coal car or something on this train to operate whatever boilers are below.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Or is there one with mattresses in it?
Is there a dining car that we could?
Bar.
So
Is there a casket car that can ironically explode while we're getting away?
Austin keeps choosing the most horrifying ways to get on the train. Would I just say we open a door and hop on?
yeah, well,
you don't know what the incoming train will have on it. The last train was just cargo.
okay.
It did have a coal car, of course, but the rest was just shuttered cargo. It's not like it's they're taking passengers in or anything like that.
Okay.
Austin's just wanting to be Yakima Canutt and redo the stagecoach stunt under the under the train.
Well, I mean, like, this train is stopping to get inspected. Like, I assume, like, the cargo will be inspected. That's the only reason I'm looking for, like, hiding places.
Well, okay. Let's get on the fucking train.
All right.
We'll wait until we see the inspectors inspect cars.
A car.
And then we'll get in that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start moving down the hill. The inspectors are not like watching the surrounding countrysides. They're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they're focused on that train, make sure it doesn't make any weird moves.
Yeah. One of them has his gun pointed at it just in case. They hired all of Crackity's relatives to man
Don't make any funny moves, train.
the train, slowing, black smoke billowing out of the stack. Wheels are screeching. You guys are behind one of the outbuildings. You can hear the inspectors talking to each other. There's steam blowing off. Everybody needs to roll an individual stealth check to get on the train. Now, Austin, I assume you're going for the coal car or underneath, the most dangerous spot. There's also one of the cars is on fire. No. Austin, what are you going for?
There's a wood chipper for the caboose.
Dibs on the spinning blades car.
Oh, that one's filled with circus animals.
There's about a dozen cars. They're all cargo.
You see River Phoenix on top of the...
I'm just going to follow him. Okay, yeah, I'm going to roll. I've got D6 and stealth. Yeah, I'm going to just climb up underneath one of the cars.
Okay. Corey, where is Colostomy trying to go?
Colostomy's just... I'm sorry, David is just gonna... he's gonna keep an eye on... Because the inspectors are obviously gonna open the car doors to look inside. He's going to find one that looks like nothing crazy is happening inside.
Okay.
And jump in there. And he has a D4 in stealth.
Okay. Todd?
Crackity has a 4. He's going to follow Dave.
All right.
So how are our horses gonna get in there?
Probably they're not.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess they could do the Austin method and get underneath the train.
Yeah, they can hold on that way.
Okay.
Or they could just stay in the woods.
Well, Dave puts Neil down. Love you.
Got to a shot of Vince kind of waggling a foot at Richter, who keeps trying to follow behind him.
Yeah, Crackity just takes grits and ties his reins to a tree.
Gives him an Adderall so he doesn't go to sleep.
It's a methed out horse. Yeah!
A bucket full of sugar cubes. Here you go, buddy.
Come back, he's in a diabetic coma. Still with night terrors. All right, everybody roll your dice.
Okay. All right, there's a 6. Let me roll one more. Total of 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 on the wild die.
Oh, nice.
And there's a 5, so total of 11.
Okay.
Dave got a 5.
Okay. Vince does this dash and roll and slides under the wheels, grabs up onto the undercarriage, and is secreted in the shadows. Meanwhile, Colostomy and Crackity are waiting beside one of the buildings. An inspector comes by, opens one of the cargo doors, looks in, clear, walks down to the next one, and they run and dive in and close the door behind them. clear, and it keeps going down. And the train starts moving across the bridge.
Well, if you don't mind, Dave, before we get in that mine, I think I'm going to catch some shut-eye.
Oh no, we got in the smallpox car. Why do they keep this stuff?
Yeah, don't use that blanket.
Track rattles as it goes across the trestle bridge. Vince has an amazing view of the river far below. I should make you roll a fear check, but I won't.
Kyle, one of the reasons I wanted to hide under the train car.
Uh-huh.
Is it possible for me to just surreptitiously place a small bundle of dynamite on the middle section of the track for later use?
As it's speeding across?
Oh, how fast is it going?
You're doing it. It's going pretty fast. You could.
Well, shit. Okay, I assumed this was like a train moving inside of like a quarry or something.
No. They needlessly got up to speed. No, they're not going that fast. So there's no danger. The issue you might run into is that you might miss and it just falls into the river.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
It's actually the bullet train from the first Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it is. Jean Reno's coming fast.
I actually have to make an extra roll to hold on.
Why is Doc Brown piloting this thing?
His beams are on fire.
Yeah, you could try to toss one out there if you want to.
Okay, you want to call that like a general athletics?
Yeah, athletics sounds good.
Okay, I got a D8 in athletics.
Here's the thing. I'm going to give Austin some props because if he's successful, he's going to blow up the bridge. That's going to create... Everybody in the mine's going to come out to see what blew up, so we can just stroll right in.
Oh, now, hang on. It's not lit yet.
No, this is for later, right?
Yeah, this is for our escape later if we need to cut off the track behind us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. It's the dumbest plan ever.
I'm for it.
All right. There's another 6 and a total of 9.
I guess we just gonna keep rolling 6s tonight. That's how it's gonna be. Okay. So yeah, you time it just right and drop a satchel of dynamite on one of the slats on the bridge. Train goes into the tunnel. Everything gets dark. And after about 30 seconds, you come out in illuminated interior space, massive interior space. And it's not even a full mine or cave at this portion because there's a large portion that is open to the sky on the other side of the mountain. And there are work buildings. There's a small factory built in like the middle of this canyon, basically. There are these giant towers of some kind of fuel.
A smaug.
The train is slowly jockeying to one side, and kind of in the center of this space, there's this huge metal vat, like an industrial vat, and there's a chain going atop it with attached to like a superstructure, and you can see greed worms dangling like worms on a hook. And as they get over the vat, 3 or 4 guys with giant saws will come in and like saw them open, and all the guts and innards spill into this giant vat, which is pulsing with gold green slime. And these guys are in big respirator masks. There's noxious fumes going up. And there's dozens of worms waiting to be dissected and disemboweled into this industrial process. For what purpose, you don't know. And so the train goes into a train yard. It's stopping. There are workers coming out to unload the cars. This is like a full-blown factory complex in this mountain.
Okay, so I guess we need to sneak off the train now.
I would recommend it. I mean, you could wait there. I mean, Austin is in such a position that he could just hang out however long he wants and nobody's going to find him.
But if they're unloading the train...
Sure, Crackity and Colostomy would be found.
Yeah, okay. So what kind of structures are near the car that Dave and Crackity are in?
So there's some buildings to your, we'll just say south, that look like worker housing or storage. And to the north, there's the big worm gut tank, and there's some larger tanks beside it. And when I say larger tanks, I mean like 4 or 5 story metal industrial
like silo type thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And you did say the workers who are over there by the worms are wearing masks, correct?
Yeah, the ones that are actually gutting the worms are wearing like heavy rubber masks and wetsuits.
Is there a place where we could like visibly see those masks somewhere that we could
so
steal
like
them?
At the base of the tank is like 2 stories tall, and there's metal stairs going up to it. You can see there's like a little shed with the rubber suits and masks in it, And now all to the east of your location is the factory itself, which is pretty big. And all the worm sludge goes into that. And what they do with it in there, who could say?
So we came from the west.
You came from the west, yeah, on the rail line.
And the track continues into the factory?
No, it kind of stops here and unloading, and then you can see the other train heading back out, the one that
Okay.
came in originally.
Okay.
Are we in the mountain or
You're in the mountain,
Okay.
though part of it is open to the skies.
Got it,
It's
got it.
basically an old caldera.
Crackity is gonna try to sneak and get masks and their rubber suits if they have any that fit him.
That's good thinking.
Okay.
Do you want to make a run for all of us just to get PPE?
If y'all want to go to the same spot, sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. You're all going to have to take different routes because there's not like any way you can sneak together, so you'll have to time it and like move among crates and boxes and
That's fine. Vince will make a circuit around close to the 2 auxiliary tanks
Okay.
to see if he can get a better idea of what is in them.
all right. David and Crackity are just going for the rubber suits.
Yes.
Sure.
More stealth checks?
Yeah.
Once again, Crackity's a D4.
D4.
D6. Right, I got another 6 and a 1. So total of 7.
Okay, got a 4 on my D4, so that's a 6.
5.
Colostomy and Crackity slip down through all these piled supplies to the base of the Gutton tank, and Vince sneaks around to the side. So Vince, you do a bit of inspection here. These are not connected to the worm tank. They have lines going into the factory itself. Now, do you have any skills, mechanical skills or industrial understanding or?
No, I don't think I have anything outside of common knowledge, and I would almost rather roll my general smarts.
Okay, yeah. Roll your general smarts. That works.
Okay, I got D6 there. Those are both 3s. I'm going to spend my new Benny for this session and roll that one more time.
Okay.
There's a 5.
This is almost certainly kerosene in these tanks.
Cool. Well, let's blow shit up.
Now, Crackity and Colostomy, you guys are down there. There are this shed full of rubber boots and masks and suits.
As they are suiting up, Crackity tells Dave, "You know what, Dave? This is just like a larger scale version of my daddy's shed back in the day when I was a kid, where he would hang and gut the evil succubi that he captured."
Oh, God. Crackity's dad, Ed Gein.
So we're all together again?
No, you guys are separate.
Oh, okay.
You snuck a different place. Do you want to sneak back over to where Crackity
Oh, yeah,
is?
I just wanted to kind of take the long way around to the same destination to get because we're all going to get the protective gear, right?
Oh, now you want to go with the team. Once you find your kerosene.
Well, and now I've found our route into the factory, I think.
Sure, you can go down and you can put on some slickers.
Okay. All right, fellas, I think I found our way inside. If we follow these kerosene lines into the factory, we can probably find the best place to destroy the whole facility.
Wonder what they're using all them worm guts for.
Yeah, above you, one of the worms just screams as they cut into it. And there's the blend of the worms screeching with the mechanical buzz of their saws as they cut into it. And you can hear things splattering into the tank.
So are we going to blow shit up? Is that the plan?
Yeah, so I propose basically that since these are kerosene tanks with lines running directly into the factory, I say we just follow the lines, and those will take us to the place where we can kind of most efficiently place dynamite. Because if we can get in and out fast enough, we can catch this same train on its way out.
Okay.
And this time, Vince will again ride underneath the train and light the dynamite from underneath the train as it speeds over the bridge.
Possibly. Or also, if we just need to get across and somebody needs to we can all try to make marksman shots to shoot the dynamite.
I got a candle.
That'll do it.
Can't Colostomy Dave ignite it with magic?
That's probably true, too.
All his magic is poo based. It's really not going to help here.
Yeah, that's only helpful with C4, not dynamite.
Yeah.
The three of you, not sneaking anymore, just walking like you belong here in the rubber gutting suits. Follow the kerosene lines as they run along a rock wall and then go between kind of the wall of the mountain and the brick wall of this factory. You follow those down about 50, 60 yards. They go up the side of the wall and then into the factory itself. And now you can hear all sorts of industrial noises coming out. So there is an opening where they go in that you could probably climb through, but it is a bit of a ways up the pipe.
No other entrances around this side of the factory?
No entrances on this side. There were definitely entrances back the way you came in.
Okay.
You suspect this is not up to modern day code?
Okay. Do you guys want to see if we can climb up the pipe or just find a door?
How high is the pipe again?
It goes up about 20, 30 feet.
Well, we're disguised. We could probably just walk in, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
you can try whatever you want.
Yeah, we can just try to find like a loading door or something like that.
Or Dave's got a rope. He could try to like lasso the pipe to climb up the rope.
So the pipe is large. Of course, it's metal, but there are metal brackets holding it to the side of the factory. So it would be a fairly easy climb. It'd be like at a +1.
That's a pretty great idea.
Okay, I won't lasso.
You lasso all you wish.
No, fuck it.
So yeah, if you want to climb it, it's a +1 athletics.
Okay.
Got a D4.
Got a D8.
Not great in athletics. The bag makes him kind of
Yeah,
side heavy.
his weight's off.
Crackity has a D10 in athletics.
Damn.
Sure.
Ugh, I got 2 3s using a Benny.
Crackity got a 3 and a 2. He will also use a Benny.
Well, there's a 3 and a 1.
Nice.
10.
Cool.
So do I get to roll another 10?
Yeah, if you max
Yeah.
any of your die, that explodes into another one. Much like mine, I got a 6 on my wild die. I'm also rolling another one.
All right, that's going to be a total of 19.
Nice, Todd. All right, here goes my other D6. And that's a total of 8. So success with 1 raise, and Todd got like 3.
With those raises, can Todd help me, please?
Oh, that would be cool.
Shit.
He can't, no. Because Crackity doesn't even look down at you guys. He just shimmies up like he was born on a pipe on a wall or something and slips into the factory.
Oh, yes.
How'd you know?
That old idiom.
Vince climbs up almost as fast, and they disappear inside. Crackity climbs up a bit, but his bag pulls him, and he tumbles down in a big heap.
Ah, the source of his power. His greatest Achilles heel.
Now, I do have an umbrella. Can I deploy that and float harmlessly to the ground?
Well, you don't fall far enough to get hurt.
He's Mary Poopins, y'all.
You just get tangled up in your rubber suit, and you're getting back to your feet. You hear a voice say, "Man, what are y'all doing?" And you look up, and there's another worker in one of the rubber suits, but his rubber mask is off, and he's smoking a cigar, just kind of sitting on a stone. "Are you supposed to be in here, fella? Were you trying to climb that pipe?"
Yes.
"Why?"
Cardio.
All right. Do you have any sort of deception skills?
Well, I have persuasion.
Well, I feel like this is just blatantly a lie. So,
Okay. Maybe smarts?
yeah, I think smarts.
Okay. Got a D6 in smarts.
This would be a -1.
Okay. Got a 5, so it's a 4.
Cardio?
It's a new thing got invented.
What? What is, like, it just means you climb pipes?
Or trees. Anything, really.
Come on now, that's silly. What's the point?
It's good for your lungs and your digestion.
He takes a big pull on the cigar. Well, my doctor says smoking's good for my lungs.
Well, that's true.
4 out of 5 doctors agree.
All right, well, I guess you just get to it. I'm going to go back to my worm gutting.
Okay, I guess I'm going to try to climb
Yeah.
the pipe again.
He ambles off. No, you can. I'll just say you succeed this time. You don't have
Okay.
to roll. Since you got past the
The
expert.
very intense interrogation.
Yeah. You climb back up, and Crackity and Vince have been waiting for colostomy. The pipe goes across this factory ceiling and down to presumably power the various assembly lines here. You guys are on the top of the pipe up in the rafters of this building, and below you is the factory floor. You can see a different set of pipes coming in, which pulls in all the guts and innards of the worms. And it's going through this series of processing vats where they're mixed with other chemicals. And finally, you see they're being bottled in these growlers with labelings being put on the side. And they're going to boxes and then to load on train cars.
Actually says hair tonic on the side.
Basically, yeah. It's some sort of consumer product.
They're bootlegging worm
Yeah.
juice.
What if that stuff cures cancer or something? Is there cancer back then?
There was, yes. So on one side of the factory, you do see a series of doors that are these big metal doors, and they have these huge chains on them with padlocks. and each door is labeled experimental test subjects 1 through 3, then experimental test subjects 4 through 5, and various containers of that sort.
Guys, they're taking them worm guts, turn them into a drink, and send them out to the general public. Our work here is done. Let's go home.
We got to do something about them at least making these drinks. I don't know if I want to know what those test subjects are. Probably people they fed the shit to.
Why do you want to stop them making drinks? What, are you woke now?
All I know is that worm we killed made people's eyes blow up. That can't be good to drink.
So Vince is looking for, is there like a central, like centrifugal pump that would be sending this kerosene to like all the other machines?
Yeah, that's where the main pipe goes down to this huge processor. There are smaller brass pipes coming off of it going to the various machines. And there are a lot of workers down below as well.
Yeah. All right, fellas, I think we could just try to blow up that central pump and then we can get out of here.
So when we set this thing to blow, we're going to have to get the fuck out of here because it's probably going to bring the mountain down around us.
Yes.
That's quite likely.
It should suffice to say that they didn't perhaps reinforce this cave facility in the way it should be, nor did they build this factory to code even of the day. So it is not the most safe structure.
Okay, so basically we probably don't have dynamite with a timer.
You have fuses.
we picked up dynamite supplies. I mean, we would just have a coil of fuse.
Yeah.
Where we could choose how long we give ourselves.
Okay.
Well, so there's two ways you could do it. You could set a fuse, like literally light a fuse.
Yeah.
You probably don't have enough wire to get out of the building to blow it, with like an electrical pulse. So yeah, you'd have to use a fuse.
Fun fact, a wooden match burns down to its base in almost exactly a minute and a half.
I don't want to know why you know that.
Or we could use my candle.
You could use this candle.
That'd give us like hours.
Somebody walks by, why is there a candle? Oh, well, I'm going to go on about my day.
I mean, you joke, but that's a legitimate
I
tactic.
mean,
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I like the candle idea.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we can cut it down to whatever length we want. And
So I will say that, yeah, you could cut it down. If it goes hours, somebody will definitely find it and say, what? But, yeah, you could probably, well, depending on where you hit it, right, that's going to give you more time.
One question, Kyle.
Yes,
Is there any way out of this mountain other than by train? Will we have to get on a train to get out of the mountain? Because, I mean, it's a trestle that goes into it, right?
Yeah. Not as far as you know. So there's the large opening in the cave roof, but beyond the factory to the east is just darkness. You're assuming the mine goes deeper because it was a mine at some point, but it's unlikely. I mean, there might be another mine exit, but if there is, you have no idea where it would be or how far.
So are the trains coming in and out pretty consistently?
You guys didn't observe long enough to know. You got to figure the one they're loading is going to go out pretty soon. And then there's the one you came in on. Or actually, no, the one you saw come in first already left.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one we came in on is still there.
Yeah.
And it's my plan to get back on board that one.
Okay.
Or my hope, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we had a great time riding in, so
Yeah,
it stands
right.
to reason.
It
It'll
was
be fun
fun.
going out.
I mean,
Yeah.
Crackity had a little nap, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Okay.
They had towel service and everything. So, what do you want to do?
Candle.
Candle
Candle
dynamite,
bomb?
train.
So, I say if we can find like some tools or something in a supply room, we can make it look like we are going over to service that central processor while we're over there. Just basically set up a bundle of dynamite and just make a roll to, in general, time, set a fuse for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, basically, I've got a candle, an umbrella, a whistle, rope, handcuffs. I could build like this Rube Goldberg thing. Be like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
But deadly.
So, right now, you guys are balanced on top of a pipe about 30 feet off the ground above this factory floor. Are you going to try to climb down inside the factory or going to go back out and go around? Both are fraught with peril.
I would expect nothing less. Is there not like a catwalk or anything going across the ceiling where people might have to service the supply lines from at any point in time?
Well, given that they don't care about employee safety, no.
Okay.
There's just the metal struts holding the pipe up to the ceiling to where it needs to go.
Okay.
Well, Crackity's real good at climbing, so
He is.
I think he would just shimmy back down.
I started to say
into
we could
the-
just use Dave's rope again to shimmy back down to the
You could.
ground.
Yeah.
There are kerosene lamps illuminating the main operation, but directly by the walls and over by the test subject sheds, it's fairly dark. It's definitely darkest by the sheds, but
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
so you can either go down like beside the wall you came in on the inside, or you can move across the ceiling on the pipe to the sheds.
Crackity's heading for the sheds.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll all head for the sheds where it's darkest.
all right.
Because, of course, the final boss is inside the test subject sheds.
Yeah, it's Marv Albert. They've been experimenting on him, and he's weird now.
Oh, now.
This is what caused it.
So will this be another athletics?
No, I'm just gonna let it ride. You guys are concealed in the darkness of the roof. You can take your time. You can help David balance his bag.
Crackity will just take him on his back, piggyback.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So you guys climb across the roof. Meanwhile, they're bottling this stuff below you. At one point, you hear something smash and shatter. You look down. One of the bottles fell off, and there's this gold green liquid spreading across the floor. All the workers, get the hell out of here! Run! You dumb son bitch! And the guy who dropped it is like writhing on the ground. It's eating through his rubber. It's melting me! It's melting me! Some guys bring over like hoses and are spraying him down. Gold horns like rip out of his eyeballs. He turns into this gold green monster, starts vomiting on people, and eventually they shoot him
Okay.
multiple times.
So the juice is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be an IPA.
Then they drag him out and set him on fire, and the other workers are cowering, and a line boss comes out. You ain't union, get back to that line.
So those wetsuits don't do shit.
No.
Just
it's
purely
nice.
decorative.
It's mostly morale.
and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know.
And uniforms.
Yeah. It makes them feel better.
It's basically a reason for us to have disguises, Corey.
Yeah, so most of the workers on the line aren't actually wearing masks. The guys with the masks were the ones directly dealing with the worms. So actually, the masks do protect the guys during on the worms because it's not like concentrated and mixed with other stuff. So you guys get on top of the sheds, the experimental test subject sheds, which you can hear vague moaning and thumping coming from within those, but you can take your time and climb down. And you get in between two of them, and you're in the darkness. How are you approaching? Are you just walking up in your disguise to the main kerosene pump?
I mean, do we see other people around?
I mean, there's some maintenance workers in overalls that occasionally will come on and twist dials and look at readouts.
Okay.
But it's not like there's anybody there, like, running it. It just works.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll to see if anybody notices you guys walking and gets curious.
Okay.
So that's a 6. So the line boss, you guys can see him. He's standing up on a gantry overseeing everything. You guys are walking over there. You see him watching you, and he motions to one of his henchmen. They converse back and forth. About the time you guys get to the pump and are looking for a place to put the bomb, you see one of the minor bosses walking over to you. He's in a rubber suit. He doesn't have a mask on. He's kind of holding it under his arm. Hooks up. What are you guys doing? What's going on?
Is anybody else where they can see us?
So the assembly line is like down to the east from you guys. That's where all the bottling is taking place. And around you are various vats and industrial machines. There's not anybody directly around you. I mean, people could see you. Like, it's not like you're hidden in a room or anything. Mm-hmm. But nobody, like, the workers are busy. And the line boss is mainly watching the workers. Every once in a while, he'll glance your way. But there's nobody, like, watching you directly. That's the job of this guy that they sent over to talk.
Crackity's just going to put this guy in a sleeper hold.
Okay.
So there's two of them?
So there's one guy, there's the line boss who's overlooking everything. He sent this underboss over.
Okay. How far away is he?
It's probably about 40 feet away. And he was not watching you guys directly. So the question is, like, you got to take this guy out and then stash him somewhere, really, before anybody else sees.
Okay.
Crackity, you want to take him out and hide him over by the experiment sheds?
I call this move the lullaby.
So I'm going to say, so this guy's a normal person. So Crackity whacking him isn't the issue. It's going to be hiding him. So I'm going to say it's going to be at -2. Now, he's going to be dead either way.
-2 to hide him?
To your fighting. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's really more of, can you do it fast enough?
Well, can Austin and I give assistance in this?
Maybe. What are you doing?
I think we try to distract. So Vince stands up and says something like, "Yeah, somebody told us that bottle broke because the line jumped on the factory, the conveyor belt, and they want us to check out the processor."
Okay.
Yeah, and while he's talking to them, Crackity just comes up behind and
All right.
wraps his arms around his neck.
What about Colostomy Dave? Is he doing anything?
Yeah, he's kind of standing in between Crackity and the line of sight of the boss.
Okay.
And he's like opening and closing his umbrella.
Hey, it worked at the JFK assassination.
Yep.
You know what? You don't even have to roll. You just get a +1 for use of an umbrella.
All right.
Okay.
Austin, roll your help.
Okay, is that going to be smarts?
Yeah, smart sounds good.
That's D6. Oh, there's a 6. Total of 8. So success with a raise.
Yeah, so you got a total of +3, Todd, which with the -2, you're at a +1.
+1, and Crackity's fighting is D12.
Damn.
You know what? I'm going to spend one more Benny. Well, that's a 6. No.
Well, that's
Roll
a
a 5 and a
success.
+1 is 6.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a success, which is what you needed. So how does Crackity take this guy out?
He just comes up behind him, gets him in like a sleeper hold, and applies pressure. He's honestly just wanting to like knock him out, but he's so strong that like he hears like every bone in his neck and spine cracking, and the guy just goes limp.
You're a
Dude's
lord.
got them Lenny hugs.
Yeah.
When Crackity grabs the guy, goes, "Oh, Uncle John!" Then he dies. So you guys stuff his body under one of the housings for the one of the machines. And who's planting the bomb?
Corey, do you have the highest smarts?
I have a D6 in smarts.
Oh, okay, I do too. So I could help you do it
Okay.
since you've got the candle.
I am the master of the candle.
Okay.
So we'll say Dave basically trims the candle down to the certain amount so that we don't have to use an extra long like dynamite fuse.
Sure.
Like once the fuse is lit, it's lit. But the candle is basically what's going to give us our window out of here.
So I'm going to say this is at -2 because none of you have worked with dynamite a lot. Austin, you're helping?
Yeah. So I'll roll smarts again. There's a 6 and a 1, so 7.
So +1. So Corey, you're a total of -1.
Okay. I like how we're too dumb to know how to work a candle.
Well, I do see what he's saying. Like we don't know like what we in the game don't know
Right.
what length of fuse corresponds to amount of time.
Right.
And candles were just invented like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's brand spanking new technology.
Yeah.
In general, I think if you get about 30 seconds per inch, but that may not be right.
And this is an Apple candle, so
Lord.
it's like this is the previous generation. It needs a new OS.
Okay. All right, so rolling with a -1. Ooh, that's a 2 and a 1. I'm Bennying up here. I've rolled shit this game. I hate it.
Literally.
There's a 6. That's a 10. So -1, it's a 9. So
In the dark of the factory, the candle flickers. The bomb is prepared. And you guys have to get the hell out of here.
okay.
All right, let's find that train.
It's over there on the tracks.
Thank you.
You guys are going to need one last stealth roll to get out and get to the train.
Okay.
And that's a -1.
Hey.
All right. Stealth to D6.
D4.
Fucking snake eyes.
Nice.
Oh, shit. I rolled a 6, another 6.
Crackity rolled a 6.
Well, I'm very fucking proud of you guys.
So I rolled a total of 8.
Crackity rolled a total of 9. It's a -1, correct? So
Yep.
8.
Dave accidentally ate some pennies recently, and so his bag's jingling. I don't know how I did that. I just got in my mouth.
He's got a bag that jingle, jingle, jingles.
The three of you, your inspection on the propane pump done, walk out of the factory through the front door. You can see the train that you came in on is being loaded with this snake oil, and the last hatches are being closed. The workers are moving away from it. The engine is getting up to temp. So Crackity and Vince saunter there towards the train like they have every right to be there in their disguises. Colostomy is right behind, but then he sees an outhouse and thinks this is a great opportunity to empty the bag. So he diverts over there, and a minute later he comes out, sans mask.
Completely naked. Forgot to suit back up.
He did. He forgot to put his mask back on, and his suit is only half attached, and the bag is out.
The butt flaps open. Mm-hmm. They're like, look, he ain't got a hole back there. Fire!
And so he's walking towards the train. Crackity and Vince are already hidden aboard. Where are you guys hiding on the train, by the way?
The middle.
Well, like in the cars on top,
Yeah,
underneath?
Crackity's getting in the car.
Okay.
Vince is getting his old reliable spot and climbing underneath the caboose.
Okay. Beneath the man grinding wheels.
Yeah.
And Colostomy is walking across and hears somebody say, "Hey, I recognize that guy." And he turns, and one of the executives from Donovan's meeting is there in a business suit, golden watch. It looks like some sort of vice president on inspection. There's a group of men around him, factory workers. You're one of those rangers. I'd never forget a bag like that.
Oh, another group of fans. Yeah, I ain't got a pen for the autographs, so I'll just dip my finger and write with that. Oh, God. I'm sorry. God damn it. I can't wait to play a normal character like we usually do.
as per usual.
I can't wait to get back to just playing a duck.
This guy points, get him! The others are probably around here. Everyone, get your guns and shovels. And so a commotion is raised. And these factory workers, at this director's orders, come charging towards Colostomy. And all he's thinking is, that dynamite is about to start to go.
Dave's going to cast a spell.
Okay.
It's called Brown Barrier.
Oh, okay.
To try to trap the guys that are nearest to him.
What does Brown Barrier do? I don't even know if I want to know.
It creates a solid, immobile wall to protect the user against attack or to entrap an opponent.
Okay.
Regardless of what the barrier is made of, thank
God it's solid.
it has a... yeah, it's frozen. It has a toughness of 10.
Okay.
Every PowerPoint spent creates a 1-inch wide section of wall.
So it's like a shield, really.
Right. But you can entrap people in it.
Well, it says you can entrap an opponent. There's a bunch of these. Here's what I'll say.
Or can I just place the barrier in between us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say you can make a barrier that will block them from getting to you while you run for the train.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Roll your spellcastery.
Okay, spellcasting is D8. Got a 6 on the wild die. It's a 10.
Man, you guys have rolled so many 6s tonight.
Right.
No.
So 10, that's a raise.
And I have 10 PowerPoints, so I can make it like a 10-foot wall.
Yes, yeah, I think you'll need to spend most of them.
Okay. Yeah, just tell me how many I need to spend.
Let's say 8.
Okay.
This mob of factory workers is charging towards David, shouting, "Get him! Grab him! He's an intruder! He imperils the worm in our souls!"
Doo-doo wall, go!
A wall of solid shit materializes from the ether,
I'm going home.
splattering the ground, rising up.
Splattering.
I just wish my guidance counselor was here to hear this.
These factory workers smash into it, and it's parts of it dent, and hear one of them go, "Oh my God, it's poop!"
Seeing that a commotion is raised, Vince rolls back out from under the train and hops on the kind of back rail overlooking the tracks from the caboose.
Okay.
And is going to kind of keep watch as Dave runs for the train.
Surprisingly, the workers recoil from this wall of shit.
I can't imagine.
Many of them are vomiting. One's just going, "I touched it! I touched it!"
Vince may have vomited once or twice already, making his way to the train.
Dave climbs aboard. The engineer up in the engine is looking back, trying to see what's going on. The train hasn't started yet, and the wall's not going to last long enough.
Okay, Dave's going to jump into the engine with the engineer.
Perfect.
And, and he says to him, "You don't want to know what other powers I got, buddy. Punch it, or I'll punch you with poop."
Nope, I'm out of here. And he jumps out the other side.
Oh.
I run from poop sorcerers. The company man shouts, "Activate Clarence!"
Oh, no.
And you hear this whining, rattling sound, and a automaton, a 7-foot tall metal man with a Gatling gun on one arm and a buzz on the other, comes rattling out of this large box that they've got nearby. His eyes are flashing. "I am Clarence. Kill." And the boss starts, "The train! Kill everything on it!"
Vince turns and looks up the length of the train and says, "Punch it, shitty!"
The first thing Dave does is pushes that lever forward that makes trains go.
Sure. The one that says go?
Yeah.
I assume they're labeled. Why wouldn't they be?
The only lever. Like, why do you even have to train to be an engineer on a train?
Forward and backward. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the train starts to move
Apologies to our engineer
very
listeners.
slowly. So let's draw cards for initiative because this guy's going to try to shoot at you before he gets out of here.
Okay.
So it does occur to all of you that there's no way the train is slowly grinding forward, that the train is going to get up to speed before this automaton could just shoot you all with the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got an ace.
Oh, man.
8 of hearts.
I got a joker. I don't know what that means.
I think that means you can go whenever you want.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I got a jack of hearts.
I just want to see the world burn.
So, Corey, you have the Joker, which means you can go first if you wanted.
All right, so it will take the train a long time to get up to speed, but Kyle, are we in earshot of each other?
Yeah, I mean, relatively. There's a number of cars, but it's not like 40 or anything. It's probably,
All right.
5 or 6 cars.
So Vince shouts for the rest of the team to all get aboard the engine, because if we can uncouple the engine from the rest of the train, not only can we kind of disengage from the automaton when he tries, he's going to obviously try to hop aboard, but we might be able to get up enough speed to get back across the trestle bridge.
Okay, then Dave is going to wait. The Joker can be used at any time, right?
Anytime you want.
Okay, he's going to wait, and he shouts back, "Okay, I made it."
And you've already hit the lever. The engine is running, right?
Yeah.
We're building speed, so we can just try to uncouple the cars at some point after we're all aboard.
Okay.
So, I've got an ace, so I'll go first then. So the automaton is trudging towards the train. He's going to shoot at the engine. Well, specifically, he's going to be shooting at Colostomy Dave in the engine. I got a 7, not enough for a raise. Gatling rounds riddle the engine. Bullets are flying everywhere. Colostomy Dave is shaken. And so, Corey, on your turn, you can make a spirit roll to recover from that.
Okay.
If not, you can't take any action. Jax would be awesome.
Vince climbs up on the roof of the caboose and starts running the length of the train.
Roll your athletics.
And I want to be firing back at the automaton as I do.
Well, we can say you do that.
Okay.
You have very low chance of actually damaging it, so...
Have an athletics of D8. There's a 4.
Vince sprints top of the train, jumps down, lands in the engine, shooting the whole time. Bullets are bouncing off the automaton. Corey, do you want to go, or do you want to delay until Crackity?
I'm still going to delay.
Okay. Todd?
Crackity is going to exit the train on the opposite side from where the automaton is.
Smart.
And just run along the other side of the train to get to the engine.
So you jumped in one of the cars, so you wouldn't be all the way at the back, so you can get there easily and have time to do something.
Okay. Well, before he gets in the engine, he's going to drop to his stomach and draw 2 boom and try to shoot the automaton's feet out from under him. Can he do that?
It'll be a -2 to hit him, but if you hit him, it will knock him down and delay him.
Okay. Shooting is a D8. That's a 6.
Nice.
And a 5, so 11 minus 1, so a total of 10.
Yeah, 2 boom roars, and the bullets smash into the automaton's feet, and they slide out from under him. The automaton slams into the ground. Clarence is hurt and mad. And then I assume Crackity climbs aboard the engine.
Yeah.
Dave is going to use his final 2 power points to use Brown Bolt
Okay.
and shoot 2 bolts at the connector
Ah,
to blast it away.
Good thinking.
His turds of justice.
smart.
It's better than all the dick talk, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
So I can shoot up to 3. I've only got 2 power points left, so I'm doing 2 missiles.
Alrighty.
And this is close range. Each bolt has a damage of 2d6.
Roll your spellcastery.
That's a d8. Do I have to roll for each bolt, or I just roll for the damage of the bolts?
Yeah, just roll once, then roll for the damage of the boat.
Okay. That sucks. Gonna use one of my last bennies here. Got a 5.
Though that's a hit. The poop missiles
I'm sorry.
streak out brownly. You hear people shouting, "My eyes! I can't unsee it!"
Okay, so it's 2d6 for each bolt. So that's a 7 and a 9.
The hot acidic poop
Oh, I can't. Well, we're almost over.
starts cracking the metal, but the connection is still there. There's only a few pieces still holding the engine to the cars, but it is not broken through all the way.
At what speed are we kind of built up to at this point?
You're not going very fast. You're basically going to have to get free of the train cars to get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
So next round, the automaton is going to try to, it's going to get to its feet and try to become unshaken.
Okay. Since it's a new round, can I use the Joker to jump ahead?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm out of PowerPoint, so no more brown spells.
Good.
So is the connector, is it breakable? Like can I use force to do it? Like kick it or something? Or does it look like...
I mean, it's metal. You probably couldn't kick it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I don't know. What's your strength?
I have a D8 in strength.
Well, you're actually
not
decently
bad.
strong. Yeah, you could probably go up and stomp on it where the poop acid has eaten away at the metal and try to get it to crack.
Yeah, I'm immune to the acid.
Yeah,
so-
that'd be great because nobody else wants to touch it anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. So that'll be at a -1 because it still is a big chunk of metal.
Okay. Colostomy kick! And Dave springs into action. So my strength is a D8.
Inside the bag, Ficus is just moaning, "I'm spent."
Does he have night terrors too when he sleeps?
He's just exhausted, poor little demon.
Got a 6 on the wild die
Nice.
and a 1, so total of 7.
So Colostomy Dave is just, stomping down on this connection point, which is already spitted with acid, and there's chunks falling out of it, and does not expect this to actually work. It's more at a desperation play, but then the connection snaps, and the engine lurches forward. Dave almost tumbles out, but Crackity grabs him and pulls him back in.
By the bag.
By the
Oh, God.
Ficus like, "No!"
Oh, this is almost over. We'll
Engine-
never have to talk about a bag again.
Charges toward the exit. The automaton gets to its feet, just spraying bullets after you guys, but you get out into the sunlight. God's golden rays shining down on you. Somehow they do not touch Colostomy David.
There's just a single cloud.
God has turned away from him. So are you guys going to try to ignite the bridge as you pass by Vince's bomb satchel?
We sure are. Vince is going to hang out of the engine, flip up his Colt Navy, and after they've passed over it and are a good distance away, he's going to try to shoot the dynamite.
What could go wrong? Roll your shooting.
D10.
Definitely at a -1.
Okay. That's a 7. So 6.
You shoot the tip of the fuse. It sparks. You guys are screaming across the bridge. The fuse burns down. It explodes. The trestle bridge starts collapsing more and faster, catching up with you. The train shoots onto dry land. The trestle bridge collapses completely. The inspectors on the other side of the river are shouting at you, waving. Of course, you do not stop. And you're about a mile away when the entire mountain explodes.
Quick, horses, jump on!
The horses come riding out, led by Richter. Grits is dragging a tree limb behind him.
Richter was
That
already
he gnawed
barking
through.
and chasing after the train car
Yeah.
anyway.
And you guys ride off onto the sunset with your horses jumping onto the engine.
Crackity has one more song.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, I'm Crackity Jones. Like to play rummy. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. Got a friend named Dave. Got a butt for a tummy. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay.
I like that one. I'll tell you one thing. When we get to Carson City, I heard they got this new invention called a snow globe. I'm going to upgrade my bag to something like that.
And we will end there
Thank you.
and never play Deadlands again. I like the game. I like it a lot. I like the setting. I hate your characters. Yeah. I can't. No more poop.
Never again.
Please stop.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good action this time around.
I never thought we would have to make a no colostomy rule for the podcast.
We have one now.
I think Corey has finally discovered the shortest sad story to beat Hemingway's baby shoes thing. It's just colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colostomy cowboy.
I think Corey's actually discovered shame for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of fun. I definitely had a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun.
I like
lot
the
of-
Savage Worlds.
Despite ourselves, we had
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I will say this science is completely flawed because we didn't roll with anything else. But all of our crit rolls tonight were rolled by Norse Foundry dice.
Yay.
That's true.
That is true. NorseFoundry.com. All manner of dice and all manner of materials. And when you go to checkout, type in the letters CHAM. That's CHAM for the 10% Bastard Quest discount at NorseFoundry.com.
Norse Foundry Dice. Cool fucking dice. I don't know if that's their tagline, but it should be.
We like them. And we also like Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right there on the banks of the Ohio River. They're our sponsor.
Lots of bourbon.
Yep. It's a great place. They have a very large bourbon selection. So if
It's
you're into
insane, yeah.
check it out. And if you have to go poop, like because you're a shit wizard, they have a nice bathroom.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening. Thank you to all our Patreon members. Thank you if you've left us a review on a podcast device or talked to us on social media. We love hearing from our fans, which is strange to say.
Yeah.
I like to think of them as friends, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to think of them as stalkers.
Speaking of friends, if you got a friend who's into shit talk, send them our way.
If you think I have friends with no standards, Bastard Quest is for them. Thanks, I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.